Good afternoon, folks. This is Pittsburgh Xwing Gaming, and we recorded our league games from last October. It is now April, I would like to point out, and decided to get together and spend an afternoon having a couple beers and commentating on our games from, at this point, 6 months ago. So forgive us if our memory is a little hazy or we're not 100% sure what we were doing, but our Xwing League has about 12 people at this point. I think we're up to almost 20 now.
Well, this season had 12. Yeah. This was the first season. We've had a whole other season since this finished.
Yes. So that should give you an idea of how long ago this really was. We've had to, like I said, get together, have some beer, watch some games, and just do some general commentary on the decisions that were made.
Yeah, so somebody's phone just went off.
We
got Ed Razanauskas on the right. He's flying Han Solo with veteran instincts, Jan Orr's Recon specialist, and I think that's it. He has Tarn Mison on the left, bottom left, and he's got Biggs on the upper right, kind of obscured by Han there. And Tim Bronder is on the left, and he's actually here, so he's going to talk about what he has.
My list was Whisper with advanced cloaking device and veteran instincts, and a mini TIE Swarm with Howlrunner with swarm tactics and 3 Obsidian Squadron pilots.
You also had fire control.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had fire control on Whisper.
And Swarm on.
And Swarm on Howlrunner.
And then just to introduce the rest of us here talking, this is AJ Smith.
Oh, I'm Ryan Fleming.
And I haven't talked yet. My name's Joel Richard.
I like how Ryan raised his hand.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh God.
This was your first game of the playoffs, right, Tim?
Yeah, this was our first game.
This was the Wildcard round.
Yeah, this was the Han that I kind of expected everybody to run.
Yes.
I was running the Whisper almost entirely through our
through the playoff or through the league, the regular season, yeah.
Was this I thought I was the wild card.
No, so this was the wild card round. The seeding, I think, in this was AJ was first.
Yeah.
Matt Court was second.
You were third.
I was third. Were you fourth?
I was fourth, and Ed was
fifth. And Joel was sixth.
Yes.
So that's why Ed, as the fifth seed, is playing the fourth seed. And then in the next game we'll do after this, that you're not watching right now, but we'll do it afterwards, is Joel and I, the third and the sixth seed.
And then first two had a first round bye. So
yeah, Matt and AJ didn't have to play in this round.
It's a pretty traditional start here.
Yeah. Everybody's just moving slowly. Whisper staying away.
Well, my idea was to kind of throw the TIE Swarm at him and then just kind of
clean up with Whisper.
Especially trying to kill Biggs first.
Yeah, so Ed and I had talked about this Han list, and I think he kind of stole some of my ideas.
The monster.
Yeah.
How does he sleep at night?
Well, the thought was, you could fit two good X-Wings if you didn't put C-3PO, but instead put Recon and Jan, because then Jan is going to give Biggs an evade instead of a focus, which is better for Biggs.
Right.
Oh, it's to transfer it over to Biggs, not to... Okay.
Until Biggs is dead, and then Han gets a focus evade, assuming he doesn't bump or lose his actions.
Right.
At least that's the thought.
That was definitely when he started evading with Biggs. I was like, oh.
Well, why don't you get almost the same effect not having Recon on Han and instead having... It's Recon's 3, right?
Recon's 3, yeah.
So it's 3 deal.
Well, so the reason that Ed and I, when we talked about this list, we wanted to put Recon on it was because Han needs a focus for offense.
Yes.
Han's rerolls are great, but without a focus, they're not that helpful. And if you're just using Jan Orr's to turn that focus into an evade, your offense is going to suffer. So this was a good way to kind of like get both. Get the defense and get the offense. And you'll see it works a little bit in this game.
I guess what I'm thinking is 3PO will give you that evade anyways.
Yeah, but then...
You can give you Biggs.
But then you can't have Jan Orr's because you could put Jan Orr's on there, but then you're not going to use Jan on Han at all. Because as soon as Biggs is dead, you're not going to take a focus of. I mean, maybe you do, but this way, if you had Recon, you could just always get that evade, always get that focus, and it's almost the same thing as having C-3PO. Not quite as defensive, not quite, but it's pretty close.
And it maintains a little more utility because you can get both the.
Well, yeah, and he could give an evade to Tarn if
Yeah.
Biggs, if he needed to, if
Yeah.
Tarn was in trouble or something.
Right. And that's what he did do a couple times.
Did he?
Where, maybe he did.
I don't know. I've watched these because I edited them and sped them up, but I don't remember all of them. Yeah, none of us remember any of these games.
I vaguely remember mine.
I remember ours.
Unfortunately, it's a bad thing, as we'll see when we get to it. But
That's it. Okay, so he Hans that. Looks like he gets
It's a much
3
better
hits. That's
result.
3 hits. Look.
yeah.
Better.
It looks like you spend a focus and take. Now, the problem is when we set the camera up, we don't get to see the damage. So you have to bear with us. We'll try to keep track of it, but we'll do a poor job, I can tell you that.
I evaded with all the TIE fighters on the first couple of rounds. So I think
Just to make sure they survive.
Just to make sure that they would survive the initial
Yeah.
blast, so that way I can hopefully get in close, block Han's ability to get too focused.
Yeah. Now, Han getting too focused here, even if he can still use one on defense. Just not very often. But every once in a while, it gets him an evade. So Recon isn't it's not the optimal Falcon build, but to try to get Biggs in there with Han to get Han to the end game without engine was the idea with the list.
Well, Tim, this was kind of your bread and butter build for the season, I think.
Yeah.
I seem to recall you flying this pretty frequently.
Yeah, it kind of became just the list that I had the most fun flying, and then I kept seeing Fat Hans, and I actually took down 2 of them with this build. So I was like, okay, well maybe this actually can survive versus Ed's. And one thing to note too, when we started out, we actually showed each other 2 separate lists. That's kind of how we.
Yeah, that's a good point. Bring that up. Yeah.
How we set up our league match. I don't think this was one where you had to bring one of each.
No, this was just you could just bring 2 lists.
Yeah, there were no
Yeah.
faction restrictions.
So yeah, so you could bring 2 lists, and then we chose on the dial which one we would fly. So it'd still be a little bit of a blind
You couldn't
selection.
you couldn't get caught with a terrible counter to your list. You had an option to avoid that. We stole this from the Galactic Cup that Mr. Froggies did on Vassal last year. It was the same mechanic he used. We liked it.
And then for the second season, there was a faction restriction. You had to do half. So the Scum wasn't out yet while that season was going on.
Yeah, but we're still talking about season 1.
Here's how our season works.
Yeah.
In case people are interested in what ideas for their own.
Sure. Well, I'm hoping that we'll do the commentary for season 2. Although we didn't get the Wildcard games on film, so
Oh, you got the finals on?
we got the finals and we got the semifinals. So we'll have 3 games to record.
That was it. Blanking.
Yeah, blanking. So he's got Tarn here in a weird spot because Tarn is going to have to turn and bump into Han, which is not ideal. And I don't know how he's going to do this.
You can just go one forward.
He could, but then he's not going to get a shot. He wants to get a shot. I'd rather turn and get a shot than go one forward. I'd rather have an actionless shot than have no shot, I think, at this point in the game.
My guess would be.
Because you figure someone might shoot a Tarn. Who's got initiative here?
I have initiative.
So you might have to shoot a Tarn if he's out of range, if Biggs isn't in the way, and then Tarn might have a target lock to shoot back with.
Yeah. This is where I was trying to block the Falcon and then block him having the double.
I don't remember what he does with the Falcon.
Does Ed have the target lock reroll droid on Tarn?
No, he doesn't. It's
No,
just naked Tarn.
It's just naked Tarn.
That's scandalous.
Yeah.
Who's on and what's on base?
Just Biggs.
It was just big.
Just Biggs.
These are 2 naked X-rays.
2 naked Xwing.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go 5. Which is, I mean,
Well, they die so damn easily anymore.
yeah. It's pilot skill 5 is not like great for high pilot skill matchups, but in this, just on paper, it would be nice for.
Looks like he did a
for
2 bank.
Ed to
3
do
bank?
Yeah, he tried to do it.
You tried to clear Han.
3,
and he
yeah.
would have, but he's going to bump right at your TIE fighter.
Right. We actually thought it was really close. So yeah, he marked and.
The 3 bank makes sense there. But at the same time, he's not going to get, although he's going to protect himself from one TIE fighter, be able to get a nice range 1 shot on the other one. Yeah, he doesn't clear. The question is, does that cause Han any issues? I don't remember. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
We'll find out in a second here. And the
Because
problem
he
here
could
is
go 4 straight with Han.
he's got to be thinking go 4 straight.
Yeah, that was the one maneuver that I was hoping that he didn't do.
Yeah, but there's really nothing you could do in the where you were
Yeah.
to protect yourself against it. If he did it, you just had to, okay, he did it.
Yeah.
And did he do it?
Well, we got to find out after Howlrunner and Whisper move, but
On the next episode.
yeah, I think he's got to. I mean,
Yeah, because I was actually hoping to block Biggs there, so Biggs couldn't
get his evade,
Get his evade.
but he gets it.
But
Well,
he
this-
gets it anyways.
Keep in mind, this is
Still pretty early in all of our swing careers as well, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We're probably a little more prone to making some silly mistakes than we are now.
Yeah, we don't mess up anymore at all.
No,
never.
never.
Yeah.
We're perfect.
We are absolutely perfect.
Pittsburgh.
2015 for the sweep the sweep nationals of the world.
Right.
Yeah, because I stay decloaked here, because just in case he did try and go forward,
You want to
I wanted to at least try and have
Yeah,
a shot.
looks like what he did.
on
Zoom,
Biggs?
zoom.
Yeah.
And then he. I don't remember what.
Yeah. Okay. Now you got to mark everything.
Mark all of the ships. Or just put down a 2 straight next to the 2 of them.
So he'll be sitting pretty good behind all the ties there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he'll get some nice shots. I mean, he's probably going to shoot at Howlrunner here. You'd have to think, because he's got a nice range 1 shot on Howlrunner.
I might wait.
No, because
Who has initiative?
I do.
you know, so you're not going to get to kill those TIE fighters before they shoot a Tarn.
I was more thinking if you got the shot at Whisper.
Yeah, the problem is he's going to go over a rock next turn. It looks like a 1 hard is going to be tight. I don't know.
One hard towards
I don't know.
the bottom as we're looking at it.
He might clear it. I don't know. We'll find out. But he's got a range 1 shot on Han at Howlrunner. Biggs can shoot. Looks like range 1 on Howlrunner, maybe range 2, and Tarn's got a range 2 shot.
And if Han kills Howlrunner, then Biggs and Tarn can double team
A double T at a time. Or if Biggs and Han can kill Howlrunner, then all those TIE fighters don't get any rerolls.
Yeah.
He just took a shot on.
Yeah, he did shoot a
Yeah,
Whisper.
that's not what I would have done.
Because that.
Whisper wasn't close, so.
Yeah.
Uncloaked Phantom just has
Yeah,
a
but-
shooting
So I
side.
took
yeah,
one
but
shield.
You
on
took
that.
1 shield on that. It's not worth it. Like you got if you kill Howlrunner, it's going to save you more shields on Tarn or Biggs than it would anything else, I think. But I don't know.
So
Oh,
you
now
don't
he-
have initiative then. If
Yeah.
you're checking for.
No, because Han's in at 11.
Yeah, Han's 11.
Han's
yeah.
got veteran.
Yeah,
assist.
Han.
Yeah, it's Han shoots first.
And actually, you're really lucky you got a shot there.
Yeah, I was really lucky.
If you didn't have a shot there, you'd
I was.
have been in deep.
Deep dookie.
That, but
Well, because then he wouldn't have been cloaked.
then I would have got
So-
but
That's not always the worst thing.
No,
that
it's
can
not.
happen,
It's not.
right?
But
Oh no, you have to act like a normal ship this turn.
well, yeah.
Like,
And obviously, so because I don't know when people are going to watch this, this is before the fact that came out in April of 2015 that changed the Phantom rules. So the Phantom at this point was the original rules where it decloaks when it's its turn to activate.
at the time of taping this or recording this, still technically not in play.
Yeah, this is April. What is it? The 12th?
11th.
April 11th. So yeah, I mean but
It's International Tabletop Day. It's fitting that we're.
yeah, so we're
coming.
coming.
Recording this right
There you go. So he's missing with Biggs. It looks like
Yeah, because I fired with Howlrunner first to strip that.
evade off. Yeah.
and then I knew I was going to at least take 1.
Cue the Biggs.
Take 1 Xwing or take.
Well, I knew I couldn't.
Who does Biggs shoot at here?
I don't remember.
He's shooting 4 dice, a lot of blanks. So it really doesn't matter who he's shooting at. And Tim rolls at least 1 evade on those dice. So Biggs doesn't matter.
And
Shout out to Greenman for providing us with this nice shiny
Oh yeah.
maneuver templates.
So we all got our black and gold templates like this day. I think they came in that day. And it's funny because if you notice, I think either the 1 hard or the 1 bank is cut too short. Might be the 1 hard. So everybody's still using their cardboard ones. Oh, Biggs is dead.
Yeah.
So, for the record, for those of you who might not be from America that are watching this,
Yes.
we're from Pittsburgh. All of our sports teams are black and gold. Our baseball team, our
Hockey team,
hockey team,
Steelers.
our American football team. What are the Riverhounds?
I don't know, soccer.
We don't watch soccer.
Well,
But
yeah.
they're black and
Soccer,
gold.
We don't watch it.
Yeah, but everything in Pittsburgh is black and gold. So we made black and gold templates with our names and everything engraved on them. They're really nice. But I think in my match, it was funny because we had I'll talk about it in my match when we do it. There's no reason to get to it in now. This is not
Stop getting
relevant.
ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can see we all have the cardboard templates in the bottom right because we weren't sure. We still needed a couple cardboards. I think the next day we got the corrected templates in. So Greenman was great about that, but they were cut. I think one of them was cut short. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I don't remember. 'Cause I remember trying to do the, because you gotta always do the lollipop type maneuver with the whisper where you do the two bangs on the left.
It
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
It was.
I've never heard that.
It was.
Yeah.
Lollipop.
We
Or
were,
candy
we
cane.
were
Candy
fortunate
cane.
enough.
I remember it was the one hard because it
Yeah.
ironically came up the day we got the tokens. Was Ed was playing a casual game, and the hard one with the plastic template was cut short so that Han, who was actually at the edge of the board,
Didn't go off.
Did go off.
Oh, he did go off.
But with the cardboard template,
He didn't.
So but that's how we figured it out. We checked everything else. Everything else was fine, but our one hards were cut a little bit short.
So Tarn's not dead. Okay.
No, Tarn. He just marked it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Greenman, they did it. The templates are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Um,
We still use it.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, everybody still uses them.
We get made fun of at tournaments for showing up with our.
I don't get made fun of. They like them. I don't know. Everybody's already said anything says, hey, they're really nice. And it's nice because as a team, as a group, we all go. We have the same templates. It's kind of cool.
It doesn't really bode well for Ed already with losing bigs that early and not really getting many shots off.
Well, Han hasn't been shot at, right? So, and usually when the swarm breaks up like this, it hurts, right? Like the swarm, when you break up a swarm, you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, and that was kind of my problem, where I knew I had to at least go in and block him so that I could at least have a chance at stripping tokens and
Prevent those actions.
But I had to move that one Obsidian out of the way because he would have screwed everything
Everything else up. Yeah. Well, it's one TIE fighter.
So I had to.
And have you, at this point, Tim, I don't think you've taken any damage other than one shield on Whisper.
There was one shield on Whisper with Han.
I think he took one on one side.
Did he take a tie?
I
Okay.
think one tie did take
I think Han just punked it off right after that.
But he's still incredibly healthy.
Yeah,
What do you do here? Oh, look at that. 4K? No, 4 straight.
4 straight.
What were you thinking here? Why would you do that?
I was thinking that I was going to be too close to Han.
You just didn't want to get shot
I
at.
didn't really want to get shot at, and I wasn't really sure what he was going to do.
In other words,
Yeah, see, look, he's using the cardboard one hard. And he clears the rock. Look at that.
really?
Good call, AJ.
And that's kind of what I was afraid of, was he was going to do it the other way.
I would have gone the other way.
And then,
But,
and then Whisper would have been.
of course, then he's getting shot at by all those TIE fighters. He might not get shot at by any of those TIE fighters. Of course, Tarn's now dead.
I mean, I would even if I had a shot on Han there.
I think I even
Well,
tried.
Yeah. I wouldn't take that.
Ed,
shot.
shoot at Howlrunner. Stop shooting at the academies. That's an Obsidian, rather, right in the back.
Yeah.
Howlrunner's in the front. Like, shoot at Howlrunner.
Yeah, Howlrunner's in the
Well, because
front.
then anyone has a watch, and I think that's range shoot out.
Yeah, shoot at Howlrunner.
So you're gonna get the extra rock and die. Or the extra half of the rock.
Remember how we said we never make mistakes anymore?
Never.
I'm sure Ed would shoot at Howlrunner now. One hit. You got a Han this, Ed.
He's got a focus to him.
No, you want a Han. You want to go for 3.
Yeah.
At this point, you need to catch up. That works out.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you have to catch up here, right?
Yeah.
You can't. If you just play it safe there, you play it safe when you're ahead.
That's
Oh,
a lot
whatever
of green.
Well, he
dice.
one
That's a
shot.
lot
Okay,
of
so
green dice, though.
here we are questioning his ability to shoot at Howlrunner, and he one shots the Obsidian. I
Yeah.
still would have one
I
shot.
still
I would have
would've
one shot at Howlrunner. Yeah.
I remember in my mind thinking, oh gosh, I'm running Whisper if I'm going to be rolling green dice.
Rolling green dice like that, yeah.
I was like, oh man, this isn't going to end well.
You gotta get your green dice's crappiness out of their system right off the bat.
Well, and then the one thing that this build that this Han Solo has that most Han Solo builds don't have is it doesn't have engine, and that really kind of hurts it because it just moves and it just goes thud and stays right where it is. Yeah, I mean, so its ability to dodge arcs is really limited, but
Yeah.
which is why Biggs was included in the game
Yeah.
in the list, just so that
Yeah, Yeah, and Tarn had an evade token there too, because that was that.
That was the Janors giving Tarn evade, yeah.
In Ed's defense, I do think this was a little bit before the meta in general had kind of come to appreciate the engine upgrade on.
No, this would have been Gen Con was in August, I think, and so this was like 3 or 4 months after Gen Con, and engine boosting Han Solos were everywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
On Vassal.
Well,
Not in our group.
Okay, so everybody plays on Vassal, don't they?
Yeah.
Brian, I think you are our Vassal ambassador.
Well, Joel plays on Vassal. Yeah, okay. So I'm on Vassal a lot. My name's Reinhardt. You'll see me on Vassal a lot. But yeah, so I play.
I've been on it a couple times.
You've been on it a couple of times. Vassal's the best.
I would.
Seriously, it's the best.
I'm afraid that I would never leave my computer.
Why do you need to leave your computer? You can play Xwing all the time.
I know, that's so, I need to make money. So I can pay the cable bill.
Fair enough,
so
fair enough. So you can actually have the internet to play Vassal.
Exactly.
I'm just waiting for Armada to be on Vassal.
They're working on it. Yeah.
Look at that Steam.
I don't know what that post was.
Yeah.
That was weird. I don't know. Some sort of Steam 3D representation. I don't know if you play it or...
There's a game on Steam called Tabletop Simulator.
And they made an X-Wing module?
And someone apparently, it's not very complete. Like, if you look at it, they've only got like a few of the ships.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know the game, so I can't really comment on how
good it is.
useful it is or anything like that. But it did seem neat to have 3D representation of it.
Yeah, it did. It's just the Vassal is so mature. Like, everybody's on it.
Yeah.
Do you know how much the tabletop simulator costs on Steam?
No idea.
I would worry no one would be there to play it. Like, you can go along. This is becoming a Vassal X-Wing video, but you can log on to Vassal and you could, you can always find someone to play it, like every time. See, there Han took the evade because he couldn't give one to Tarn because probably he's out of range and Tarn did a stress move, so he didn't get an action.
Right.
Has Tarn gotten to send his action off at all this game?
Tarn doesn't. What?
Yeah, why didn't Tarn take a target lock last turn when somebody shot at him? He forgot.
I think.
Or maybe he has the target lock
On the guy in the back? No, he would. I don't know. Maybe he forgot because he wasn't shooting, so he didn't think he needed to.
Yeah.
All right, there, Han. He used the Han and got the focus. See, that's why that focus with Recon Specialist is so useful.
Right.
Because you can usually get 3 hits when you've got a reroll. And Han never target locks.
Right.
Right.
Han was kind of in a good position for Miles.
Oh yeah, because you can converge on Tarn here.
Yeah, and that was what I was
trying. Yeah, take out the X-wing and then you can just swarm on.
Yeah, and then if I can get it so that he is focusing on Whisper.
While the ties just murder
while
him.
the ties fire at him.
Yeah, because he can only evade 1 guaranteed evade, and then he gets one die roll.
You still have Howlrunner too, which is
Yeah.
I don't know why Howlrunner still. Why isn't he not shooting at Howlrunner?
Yeah,
now he took the target lock.
I remember I kept trying to. I reminded him of that because
Well, that's one thing I will say about our group is that usually we play each other. We're pretty good about reminding each other of their actions. Like, hey, you moved that guy. You forgot an action. Do you want to focus, or what do you want to do? Oh yeah. At least I've never encountered anybody in our group who doesn't like to do that. Like.
Yeah, we're pretty gentlemanly group of.
Yeah, and if I forgot to focus, you care if I take it? No, take it. We're pretty fly casual, that kind of thing.
We'd rather win because we actually
flew better than because somebody forgot an action.
Yeah.
We try.
Except for being in because I hate you.
Well, I hate you too, Joel. It's a running joke in the group. It's not really a joke. It's a truth. It's a truth. It's a deep-seated hatred. We hate each other. So I don't know what I'm doing here if I'm Han Solo. I mean, he's going to have to if he goes straight, I don't think he clips that rock. But he certainly doesn't want to bank to the right. That would towards the bottom of the screen. That would really put him out of the fight.
Can you do a 3-bank up?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
3-bank was dangerous on the rock. He might just go four straight just to make sure he doesn't hit that rock. I mean, if you're there, you could look and line it up, make sure. But he also doesn't want to have a shot where the rock obstructs him. So if he goes 4 straight, and then he could follow it up with a 1 hard turn to the top of this board next turn, that might be the way to go.
People in your turrets.
You got auto thrusters.
You
now,
want
buddy.
to complain about turrets? Just wait till my list comes up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Turret
all
city.
turrets everywhere.
Also, I do have auto thrusters now. So I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Yes.
There's a reason I'm not flying the turret list. But I still fly a Hawk with
I know you do.
the blaster.
I know you do.
It's payload, it's good.
Payload. Okay, you can play blaster. We'll have this conversation when we do our game. You can play blaster. It's just expensive to make it work.
It is. Payload makes it cost effective because you can steal.
Yeah, Payload's awesome.
Give me your cookies.
But Payload was a distant. He wasn't even like announced when we played this game.
When did Scum get announced?
I take it back. Scum had been announced at Gen Con in August.
Yeah.
This is in October, so we knew Scum was coming.
Just didn't know what it.
We didn't know everything that was in it. Yeah.
Right.
God, October.
Yeah, that was a month.
Back in the old days.
Why do TIE fighters have to be so fast?
I'm
I was waiting for that.
waiting for the one hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the one thing about Rebel ships, that they do have that one hard straight, or one straight, which is so damn good.
And here's Tarn's murder squad.
Yeah, what do you do here? Do you do a
One
one hard?
hard, yeah.
You're just gonna just kill Tarn.
Yeah.
Hoping that Tarn.
Do you have a
doesn't
shot
go
on him?
Yeah, I have that.
Do you?
I think I have the back corner because.
Well, we'll find out here in a second. But what did he do? He did the 3 bank. Let's see.
I think it's putting him on the rock.
No, I think he's
I think he clears. It looks like it. No, he does end up on the rock. He
Oh,
does end up on the rock, because I remember we're playing our game just to the bottom of the screen there, and he looks over, he looks at me, he goes, "Can you believe that's on the rock?" And I look, I go, "Oh man, that's terrible." Like it's like by a millimeter, and you can see it. That's why.
Yeah, we barely hanging on it.
Am I? I don't remember.
At this point, Tim is like, yes.
Well, it's a big shot, right? I mean, because he can hit Howlrunner, who's bumped. If he's not on the rock there, he can shoot at him and maybe kill Howlrunner.
Right.
This is where you wish you'd rotated that asteroid a little bit.
Actually,
I don't remember who placed that asteroid. Ed and I.
did you use Howlrunner's reroll on Whisper?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. You should have. It just occurred to me, Howlrunner's there. You don't need to switch your target lock.
Yeah.
Just use Howlrunner. You didn't do it.
No, I didn't do it. Yeah, I was.
I don't think it occurred to either of you that was possible, because no one ever uses Howlrunner to reroll on Whisper, right? Like,
yeah, all of a sudden I realized. I think I realized that after this shot, and then Ed reminded me of it. And he goes, "Why can you Howlrunner?" And I don't know what I was thinking.
People forget that you can Howlrunner other ships.
yeah, everybody
Yeah.
just assumes Howlrunners with TIE fighters, right? So you don't think about other ships. Okay, so Tarn's dead. So now it's not looking good for Han here. I mean, he's got.
He doesn't have a shot.
I don't think he's been hit yet either, has he?
I think I did maybe 1 or 2.
Did he roll for damage when he landed on that rock? I missed it.
Yeah, he rolled.
Okay. So he takes it. He takes at least
Yeah,
3
it's
damage
3.
there.
Takes 3.
Yeah. So Han's starting to get beat up, and Whisper's still pretty healthy. If Whisper was hurt,
I had 1 shield up.
yeah. If Whisper was down a hull or had a damage card on him or something, Han would have a fighting chance here. But I know the outcome, but as watching this game,
Yeah, there was the roll. for
One
damage.
shield off
Yeah,
Whisper
he forgot,
puts him
yeah.
within.
Spoilers.
I knew he forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one shield off of Whisper means Han could one-shot Whisper from Reach 2 or 3.
Yeah, but
Yeah. And
it's not likely.
the other advantage that I had too was the Tarn and the Obsidians were.
You could bump with the.
I could have bumped with them and then make them 8 and fire.
Yeah, you could swarm them. Yeah.
Yeah, I could swarm them.
Yeah, you did have swarm tactics on how. I guess you did do that a few times here.
Yeah, there was a few times where
Why did that guy take a stress?
he K-turned. Or which one?
Howlrunner. It looks like he's. Did you try to K-turn with Howlrunner and not do it?
Well, he wouldn't have done it yet. He just moved the other.
No, but he just threw a stress down on
I
Howlrunner.
think he went to throw it down. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, see, we don't make mistakes.
The running theme here.
Also, our memory is actually perfect.
Oh yeah.
Flawless recall.
Just like we played it yesterday. Yeah, Ed was supposed to be here. He was sick today, so he's not here to comment. But he had some choice words about this game because the ending is pretty unfortunate for him.
No spoiler alert.
Well,
I mean,
sorry, but
Stay tuned.
I didn't say he lost. I said it's unfortunate for him, but you'll see.
will
He
Han Solo,
unfortunately wins.
will Han Solo evade the Empire? Will Whisper die? Stay tuned on the next episode.
So I guess he's trying to just keep one tie in range and not get shot at.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, it's probably the correct plan. Problem is that tie hasn't evade. He's got a 3 versus 3. He's not going to one-shot him unless that tie's already got damage, which because the cards are off the screen, we don't know.
I know.
Focus. See, he's getting good offense from Han.
I think Howlrunner.
That's good.
Yeah, he's 2 evades on the dice and 1 evade token. Yeah, so he just
I think Howlrunner at this point also has 2 damage on him.
Does he? Does she? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to, right? Because that's the guy you got to kill.
Because Tarn took a couple shots at her early on, and I know,
Hurt him.
I know Biggs did one.
To Howlrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is we can't. Again, if we can see the cards.
But Tim's making the good calls here with the evade actions.
Oh, yeah.
It gives the offense.
Well, yeah, and Tim's so far ahead, those evade actions help him preserve his lead.
Right.
Eventually, he'll get the damage on Han because he's got 4 shots.
Well, that's
Or
why
two.
I had to make sure that I regrouped with TIE fighters. And
Come at the same time. Hit Han all at the same
Yeah.
time, or at least try to.
Same with Whisper, but
Whisper's out of this fight right now.
yeah, I remember just trying to keep Whisper.
Relevant. She's irrelevant right now.
I mean, that's an expensive ship. You can't get it beat up.
Well, no, but it's got such a big gun. You gotta.
I can't remember. Did we play timed for the playoffs? Or
No.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
It never came up. So.
No. Well, we definitely, I remember setting a timer. We did not
Yeah,
for
but-
season 2, if you're.
No,
Yeah.
the time we so yeah, on our league games we said what was it, 90 minutes? 75 minutes.
75.
All right, so 75 minutes, but I think in the League One, no one ever went to time. The time was more of a
Arbitrary
Narrow
decision.
line.
yeah, it was a suggestion more than it was an enforced rule. Because so the way we did the league was we didn't have everybody plays on Wednesday nights at the store or whatever. It was here. These are the 12 players in the league. You have to play everybody once. You can play them at the store. You can play them at Phantom of the Attic. You can play them at Mr. Nice Guys. You can play them wherever you want. You can play them at home. You can play them on Vassal. As long as you play the game and report the results, that's fine.
So that is the other neat thing about our group. There are actually 3 Xwing nights in Pittsburgh. Tuesday out at Joel's home store.
Yep, Century 3 Mall.
Need to mention.
Then Phantom
Yeah,
of the Attic.
but nobody goes to Joel's store because we hate him.
Well, and then there's Phantom of the Attic on Wednesday nights, and then Mr. Nice Guy Games, which is an absolutely, it's basically a gaming warehouse. So we have 3 nights a week where everybody gets together and plays. So
Yeah,
we'll do 2.
Not everybody, AJ. You're pretty elusive.
The Elucidate.
It's funny because I don't think of myself as that elusive.
I know, but you're always the hardest guy to find to play your league game against.
And they did announce regionals for.
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guys has a regionals, so
I
that'll
mean,
be good.
We could probably
massive, just a massive store.
we could
They have-
probably
they-
get
100 games going in there if we really needed to.
Yeah. Well, they had regionals last year, and they're a big store, and they did a good job. So
Huge.
Yeah.
It's like one
This
little
was-
bank of stuff.
Right. This was before Outrider Cup too, so, because this is what we used to determine.
yeah, so
Outrider game.
we did another event shortly after this in December called the Outrider Cup. There's all kinds of stuff on Team Covenant's website about it, but it was a cross team event versus the Latrobe Xwing group, which includes the guys from Nova Squadron Radio and the Four Horsemen store in Morgantown. It was a team event. We'll get into that now. There's something else, but we used the season to figure the playoff standings, and they were that was who was on the Outrider Cup team to represent our group in that event.
Which we won, by the way.
Yes, we did.
Go Team Pittsburgh.
We won handily.
Tim, you must be feeling pretty confident at this point.
Yeah, I am still flying TIE fighters versus
Yeah.
Han, so I was afraid of hitting a couple one shot. I knew I was going to lose 1 or 2 more potentially, but I was definitely trying to whittle Han down with the TIE fighters and then hopefully just bring in Whisper and clean up.
With that nice, juicy 4 red dice.
Yeah.
Ryan, you have some choice words about Phantoms.
I hate Phantoms. I've always hated Phantoms.
If
Matt-
that was here, he'd say he hates Falcons. So.
Well, I don't like Falcons either. I fly them a lot, but I hate them. All right, so okay, I
Hey,
take that
nobody
back.
rolls anything this
So
turn.
I take that back. Yeah, so we have a lot of the Pittsburgh meta, if you will, was pretty Phantom heavy. I mean, we had AJ who loves to fly Phantoms and Interceptors, Tim who loves to fly Phantoms, Matt Court who loves to fly Phantoms. So
I do.
what's that? You fly Phantoms?
I flew one, but I fly it very rarely.
Yeah, I've flown Phantoms before. I've always hated the fact that Phantoms are, they had the best gun, the best defense, and the best maneuverability, and it's just like, okay.
It's like served me well.
Yeah, it
I mean, it's also a 4-hull ship that's going to run you over 40 points if you want to live.
But yeah, okay, fine. But the problem with here's the problem with Phantoms, and I'm gonna go on my Phantom rant because everybody hears this every week.
And I agree with your Phantom rant, by the way.
Well, so okay, the Phantom, everybody is building their list to kill the damn thing. Everybody, whether it's Han Solo, Wes with a stress spot and VI, whatever. Everybody's trying to put something to kill the Phantom, and yet the Phantom is still winning and doing very well. It should be gone. Everybody's list should have swept the Phantoms away, but the Phantom was so good and so efficient that it didn't.
Well, and I think with the recent cloaking adjustment.
With the recent change, which we haven't seen what the effects will be, but I think it gives ships a fighting chance when they guess correctly where the Phantom initially intended to go.
And I also don't think that the Phantom switch is a nerf so much as a lateral shift in how you have to play. Because it'll get blocked less often, and ions are less of an issue.
That's kind of like the new rules. So.
Yeah.
I like the rules better. It's good.
Well, because, for example, in this turn, Tim, would anything have been different if you had to change your cloak?
Yeah.
Like, though admittedly, Whisper is kind of running off.
All right. Well, so Joel has to go pay his parking ticket. Apparently, put change in the meter. Do you need it? See if when you walk out, see if there's a parking spot closer.
Also, I'm pretty sure that after 6, they stop.
Yeah.
Carrying. A little bit of Pittsburgh parking tips for you.
Yes, we're in Pittsburgh Strip District right now, so that's there's parking is not plentiful.
It's actually more of a war zone.
Yeah.
I think Mad Max meets a more civilized world.
All right, so Ed rolls. Looks like crit hit,
Yeah, it was.
and something died.
That was Howlrunner.
Okay, so Howlrunner's finally dead. Okay, so Ed he's making a comeback.
Well, because Han hasn't taken that much damage.
No, Han has done a good job of maneuvering away from the the TIE fighter so they don't get shots.
I really wish I knew how much Han had. I think he was still pretty.
I think he has shields because
Yeah.
He hasn't taken more than 2 or 3 hits.
you can barely see Ed's cards at the top of the screen, but
Well,
looks
Ed
like
uses dice.
Ed uses dice, and looks like there's still a green,
Yeah, there's
a
two.
blue
Yeah,
die.
there's two blue dice at the bottom.
Yeah, and the X-wings are at the bottom of the screen. Han will be at the top, and it looks like there's still a blue die on X-wings on Han, so he must still have some shields.
Yeah.
Because you didn't shoot at Han for forever.
No, that was what I was. He just kept out maneuvering very well.
Well, he's moving last, which helps, right?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have engine, which kind of hampers his ability to completely outmaneuver you. But I think at this point he needs to kill Whisper.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to kill whatever the right target is. But killing Whisper. If you kill Whisper, it's going to be very difficult for those TIE fighters to do damage to Han faster than he can do damage to them.
Right, and he also was forcing me to evade with Whisper.
Because
I
you can't take the shot.
Right.
You 2 dice with a focus. You got to take the evade to make sure you survive.
And this is before Buzzsaw Whisper was really a thing.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? He won. Oh my God, his name's escaping me. Rick Sidebotham won Gen Con with the Buzzsaw Whisper, and you started using it when we talked about Outrider Cup.
Yeah, that was my list
Yep.
that I ran at the Outrider Cup.
When we started doing Outrider Cup practice, I said, "Hey Tim, try this."
Yeah, and this was one of the times where I actually got lucky and he bumped into my other ship.
So he's shooting at Whisper with 3 hits,
Yeah,
and which is helpful for him.
and then I rolled
2 evades. Oh, come
After Whisper live.
on! He needed that hit. He needed to hit you there.
Yeah, I got really lucky on that roll.
That was a clutch roll for you.
And I,
You spend your target lock. which you're going to put right back on. 4 hits. He's going to take there. His shields are gone, and he's taking some damage at this point. He just took the dice off, so the shields are gone.
I think one of them or 2 of them were crits.
Were 2 of them crits?
Oh, is this the blinded pilot, injured pilot?
Is it? Yeah, it might be because it looks like it's just so. Yeah, I think if this is the moment, Tim hits Han here with 2 crits. One of them is a damaged cockpit, so he's now PS 0, which means he's never going to shoot in an uncloaked Whisper again, and a blinded pilot, which means his next shot is going to be no dice. Like, worst possible thing to have happen to him after he'd come back and was close. I remember Ed looking over at me and telling me, like, can you believe this? I was like, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, see, so he definitely got it there because he's moving first.
Yeah, and as soon as that happened, I even said I'm sorry to Ed because when Ed and I play, we normally, one of us ends up with some nasty crit at the wrong time.
Worst time, yeah.
On the worst ship. And
I mean, in the second season, I had Luke and Ed hit him with an injured pilot in the first turn, so, you know.
Yeah, that was.
And you just cockeyed Whisper there.
Yeah, that was me screwing up.
Well, I'm sure we'll correct. Yeah, you guys have to realize he's flush straight. At some point when it's Whisper's turn, you'll. Nope. No, you didn't fix it.
He wants to be a little.
That's awesome. You both must have just missed it.
Yeah, I think.
It's actually not in your benefit that happened.
Yeah, because I totally guessed wrong.
Yeah, now you and the thing is, Han has a shot here because he's cloaked, but he's got 4. He'd have 4 focus dice versus. There must have been a console fire because he's got no tokens, so something must have happened.
No, he's got a token.
Oh, he does. Okay,
It's
so he'd have had 4 focus dice versus Whisper's 4 dice, but actionless. He could have hit him here, but he's blinded.
Yeah.
He's blinded, so he can't even shoot at him.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Yeah, so he flips his blinded pilot card down, obviously. What do you do with Whisper here, Tim? Do you decloak towards the bottom and do a 1 hard again?
I don't remember what I was.
Well, maybe you decloak to the left and do a 1 hard. No, that won't get you.
I would personally take Whisper out right now and just try to get him as far away from Han as possible to get a better angle.
I think that's what they ultimately tried to do, but I knew Han was going to swing back around, so I had that.
Did that TIE Fighter K turn? It's weird.
Well,
I guess he thought Han was doing a 1 hard this way or something.
I actually thought he was going to keep going the direction that he was going.
Yeah. Instead, he did a 1 hard away, which probably made sense.
Yeah, it was the right move.
Well, the nice thing for Han, though, is now he's only facing 1 TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
Because there's no way Whisper's going to get a shot on him here.
Yeah.
Well, no, you could decloak to the right, do a 1 hard, and then barrel to the left. Which it looks like you are not going to do. You did like a 4 straight. No, you gambled hard that he was going that way. So now if Whisper does a barrel roll to the left, can he get a shot on Han? I think he can.
Yeah.
And then he'll cloak again and do a 2 cloak to the right the next turn, followed by a 1 hard, and just keep doing that at Han.
Yeah, I don't really.
No, you just cloak.
I think I just recloaked.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that. What were you thinking?
why I say it?
I think I was just trying to.
Yeah, but it's safer to get the shot because then you get to cloak with a focus.
What I'm saying is they have to barrel roll to get that shot.
Yeah, but so what? He's going to have a target lock. He's going to hit him.
And what if, hypothetically speaking, we're looking at this from a completely different angle than Tim is. You do that barrel roll.
And you don't get a shot?
And then you just move Whisper
Yeah.
closer to Han. And you have a nice 2. Well, okay, fine.
Yeah, I hear you.
Red has a bet. Oh, never mind.
Ed's got hit crit, it looks like, and he kills that TIE Fighter. So that helps. The problem is with that damaged cockpit, I'm not sure how. He's never going to kill Whisper.
Well, he's never not going to get a shot on Whisper, which is the issue with Loki.
Yeah, he's still not going to. Whisper's only going to. Whenever Han's getting a shot on Whisper, Whisper's going to get a shot on him.
Right.
Right. Because especially because Han's moving first.
Yeah.
So Whisper knows exactly how to get the shot, and he's just going to be able to lay into him over and over and over again. And he's just never going to hit him. I mean, it happens, but it just doesn't, right?
I mean, it happens to me with embarrassing frequency.
What's that?
That was me forgetting that Han had to.
Han had to go first, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no one expects that. But one hard with this guy? Probably. No. What are you thinking there?
Get him out of the way.
Interesting.
Decloak Whisper.
I want to
right?
decloak.
You want to decloak that way.
As I think that's what
That's what you do.
Decloak Whisper go right, hard one in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
That makes sense.
Sometimes when you're trying to fly Whisper and with all those guys,
You just got to get him out of the
I
way.
just have to get him out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, your game's going to win or lose by what Whisper does, not by what that TIE Fighter does.
Yeah, right. Well, I have won games with that.
No, you can. Oh yeah, the single TIE Fighter can last forever, but so here Han's gonna take some fire from Whisper. I don't know if that's range 3.
Range 3.
Which at this point benefits Whisper
Well-
more than Han.
No, I don't think it benefits Han because he can spend. He's got a focus and an evade to try to get. He can roll focus. He rolls a focus. I don't know what the other roll is because it went off the screen, but
Right.
he's going to take. So he's not going to spend the focus. He's going to take 3 hits. Ugh. He's never going to hit. See, he's never going to hit you here. 3 versus 5 with a focus. He's just not going to hit you.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. He's not going to. He might hit you once. Well, saving the focus was helpful, but let's see if it gets through.
I remember he was debating that a lot.
No.
Oh, you get a damage. He gets a damage turn. Look at that. I'm sitting here saying he's never going to hit you. He's never going to hit you. He's never going to hit you.
Lost 2 shields at this point, actually.
But he, okay, fine. Han, we know he's got at least 2 damage cards, and he just took 3 more damage. So he's got at least 5 damage cards on him. He's only got 3 hull left.
Yeah.
Whisper will trade Han 5 hull or 3 hull for 1 shield probably every day of the week because he's only got to hit him 1 more time.
Well, I think Han only has to hit Whisper one more time, really.
Yeah, but Whisper's gonna have a focus with he's gonna have 4 green dice with a focus. You have to just take those odds.
I disagree. The number of times that I have taken those odds with the Phantom and it hasn't worked out.
So I think if I were you, Tim, you'd probably get a decloak to the right and do a 1 hard to the left,
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
and just get a range 1 shot and just kill him.
Pretty sure.
Although if he goes to the left, you might bump into him if he does a 1 hard to the right. Decloaks to the bottom of the screen and then tries to turn back up towards the top. He'll probably hit him. Does this go off the board?
No.
Close.
It was
Very
close.
close.
That's just ballsy.
Why does he get focused over?
I don't remember.
You must-
I think I went to throw it down as a.
Just a force of habit. He shouldn't get a photo. Oh, let's see if you hit him. A 1 hard might not hit him.
Nah, it's not gonna.
If he doesn't hit him, the game's over. This is like everybody for all the marbles right here.
Yeah.
He hit him.
Yeah, I think I did hit him.
I think you guys ever fix the fact that he should have a stress and not a focus?
I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter because nobody's shooting.
No, he still should have a stress.
I don't think Tim.
There he goes. Well, no, you never figured it out.
Let's see what Tim does this turn.
He's probably gonna do a 2 bank to the right, but or 2 straight, 2 straight and barrel roll, whichever way Han goes.
Right.
Behind the fridge.
Yeah, I remember this being.
Well, yeah, but Whisper's gonna do a 1 hard to the right here. Whisper does a 1 hard to the right, so
Right.
and 2 straight by the TIE Fighter, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Safe, easy. You clear the stress that you should have had. Yeah, game over. Han can't survive this. Whisper would have to completely whiff. He's going to have 5 dice against 3 hull, with backed by 1 agility and an evade token. This has to be the end of the match. Okay, so then you got a target lock. Yeah, focus. I mean, 5 hits. Han can't avoid it. I think it's game over. Handshake. Yep, there's a handshake. So Tim wins. I don't know if it would have gone much differently if he hadn't gotten the bind and pilot and the console fire,
Yeah.
or not the console fire, the pilot, the damaged cockpit, but
It would have been.
would have been closer.
I would have had to have been a lot more defensive with Whisper, and I doubt that he would have survived.
Yes.
I probably would have been down to TIE Fighters because he would have been focusing on Whisper
Yeah.
as opposed to shooting at the TIEs.
Yeah, he would have had to shoot a whisper. All right.
It was definitely a stressful game.
Well, that was Ed versus Tim. Ed won, so he moves on to the next. No, I'm sorry, Tim won. What am I thinking? Tim won, so he moves on to the next round. And then, look alive for the other videos we have. We're going to have one for probably me and Joel next. Bye.